All right, back again with another Vinyl Finds. Got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. I did quite a few shops, on Sunday and then also today, so got a big mound of records that I want to kind of go over. I've been riding this high for like the last 24 hours here. I got a chance to kind of talk with Teddy, at length about life and music and all that fantastic stuff that goes along with it. And it's just, the stuff we were talking about, my mind is just blown. Just how, we've in the world, how small things are getting now, and it's just, we live just these, most of the people in the vinyl community, very separate but parallel lives, and then just at one moment, here we are, this is the connection, this is where it all comes together. So Teddy, I appreciate your friendship and your conversation, and it's just at moments when we were talking, it was just like, I just felt like I was just getting so excited. It's one thing to post a comment and then you wait a little bit and then somebody posts a comment back, and it's just to have that sort of as that instant conversation is just it's just the most bizarre thing in the world, and just fantastic stuff. And we were talking about just how indirectly we've sort of have run into each other, but not really. He saw a video that I had posted, some things that he's involved in, I've kind of been aware of, of course, even prior to knowing who the heck he even was. So it's just, life is crazy, and I'm just, it's just been fantastic the last couple of days. So I was really doing some heavy duty record shopping, and just, we had talked about where it's, when you're looking at records now, it's not about like, oh well, this is this record, this is this record. It's like, oh well, so and so talked about this record, and so, we're just, it's just there's just not enough money. Jeff Record Man, I had said this to Teddy. One time I was talking with Jeff Record Man, and he said, two things that there's not enough of: space for records and money for records. So, it's the God's honest. So. Just fantastic stuff, and I'm sure there's going to be some great times ahead. This is just we're just opening up that chapter. So all right, so some cool stuff that I got, I want to kind of go over. Went to, I can't keep, like I said, I'm still like so ridiculously, my mind's going so much faster than I can talk. Went to 2 record stores today. I went to 2 on Sunday. So the one record store that I went to, it's kind of they're very, very organized. Everything is, when you go in, it's like, this is where you need to look. If there's not any records there, you're done. There's really no sense in looking at the other records unless you have a lot of time to kill, or if you're kind of looking for something in particular and you just need to kind of go through. The other record store, however, they have kind of moved a couple of times, I think, or there was something, I forget what exactly happened with the store, but there's been a lot of sort of shifting around of stuff, and so they're kind of like getting organized. So, but the best part about it is there's just records. They're in shelves. It's very neat, but it's not. They're not alphabetized. They're not organized. So it's just kind of like you go through. I put in probably about 3 hours in there today. But I just kind of went through like every single record for at least like a 16-foot shelving unit thing. So I just my eyes are just. The dust in your eyes, and the fingers feel like they're I have no moisture in my hands or anything like that. But I'm a record digger through and through. So I will look at every single record that's in there, because I've learned that you're not going to find those gems unless you do that. Don't just don't just go pick through 5 records and then get your sampling of that, and then you gotta look at every single record. So and I know everybody's tricks. The funny thing is, there are a lot of people, they put good stuff in there, and they'll put it they'll put it so that the spine is backwards, so it's like this is what you see, so you have to pull the record out, and I just I'll go through every single one, and that's what I do. So anyhow, I found some really good stuff at that store today. Here's one. It's the Mccoys Human Ball. This is one of their last albums that they did. Of course, the Mccoys, Hang On Sloopy. You may be aware of them through that. This Fred Lipschitz, I believe is how you pronounce his name. He was in the Blood, Sweat, and Tears. He actually produced this album, so kind of cool stuff. It's kind of bookended with some, kind of bluesy numbers. There's Stormy Monday on it. Stormy Monday. See, Stormy Monday. I just sounded like I was, did the Pittsburgh accent there. Monday, Stormy Monday blues. Kind of some jams, but there's definitely some some trippy elements to it. So really cool stuff. I think this came out in I want to say maybe '69. I think, I'm not sure offhand. This was just a total upgrade copy for me. The Beatles, still in the shrink wrap, just beautiful copy of this. Even this part, I mean, there's just a little bit of kind of roughness there, but the title is just perfect on the spine there. I think it's kind of comparable, I think, with the one that Jason's vinyl obsession had showed. I think he got Yesterday and Today, and it's just, there's no spindle wear whatsoever on this. I believe the Apple label is the original label for these ones, right? I don't know. Part of me used to know Beatles records inside and out. Now I'm not really that good, but I think the Apple label, I think, was the official label for this one. That one also on Let It Be. Really nice stuff. But this one had this inside of it, which I've never seen before. Just sort of a little kind of piece of paper. It says Beatles, Abbey Road. And then got some outtake pictures here. I think this was the back of Hey Jude, and that was the front of Hey Jude, but these ones were sort of whatever. Teddy, I saw this and I was thinking about what you and I were talking about last night. So this is sort of like a date by date sort of thing where they talk about January Beatles start writing and recording new material for new albums. Just kind of like it's sort of a date by date sort of thing. Really, really cool. I've never seen that before, but little insert there. This one is sort of a local curio. Chili Billy goes on record. Bill Cardill. He is sort of a local legend. He did this thing on TV. It's called Chiller Theater, and this is actually from the Chiller Theater. If you go on Wikipedia, you can kind of read more about him. I actually worked with him. I had the pleasure of working with him at a radio station. And if you've ever seen the movie Night of the Living Dead, he's one of the television reporter, basically. So there's two guys from Pittsburgh. He's one of them. This is on the Gateway label, which Gateway is it's a Pittsburgh label. So very cool stuff. Look at this. Can't believe I found this. Shadows of the Night, Gloria. Oh yeah, everything's gonna be all right this morning. On the Dunwich label. Really cool stuff. Just cannot believe that I got to put my grubby paws on this one. Just in really good shape. Here's one I've been looking for a little while. This is Eric Burdon and the Animals, Love Is. Has River Deep, Mountain High, Ring of Fire, Colored Rain, To Love Somebody, and Madman, which is kind of Madman Through the Fields. So if you're kind of into like freak beat or 60s psych, UK psych, like the Nuggets 2, I forgot, the Dantelion's Chariot, I believe is who played that. A little more famous for that, but this also has Andy Summers in it, who Andy Summers, of course, was the guitar player for the Police, P-O-Lice. Booker T and the MGs, this is the soundtrack from Uptight. Has Time Is Tight on it. Just the greatest song ever. I love it. Great song by Booker T and the MGs. That was, the price for that could not be beat. This is another local curio. I used to know more about this band. It's kind of one that has sort of eluded me, but the Racket Squad, they do a song on here called Higher Than High. They were kind of most famous for Ding Dong, The Witch Is Dead, kind of like a bubblegum psych stuff. But I believe they're local to me. I can't remember what the story is with it, but I used to have a Higher Than High. I had that the 45 on my channel here, and then I took it down because I was getting threatening things from the tubes. I've been looking for this forever. Walking Away, Renee, Pretty Ballerina. Oh, just so good. Sometimes I really think what people think about, the records that I buy, but, mono copy of this. This is this is where it's at. Just fantastic copy of this on Smash Records. This one was a little sketchy, but I listened to it and it just sounded fantastic. It's called the Apple Pie Motherhood Band. This is on Atlantic, so you got a little bit of, not necessarily mold, but the cover was all kind of chewed up there. This is on the Atlantic label from 1968. Sort of some heavier, kind of psych rock kind of stuff. Real good stuff. I was fantastic. I was like, I'm getting that. Here's the History of Grateful Dead, Bear's Choice, Volume 1. This is sort of like a live set, just really, Smokestack Lightning's on here, Hard to Handle, Black Peter, Wake Up Little Susie, just, oh my god, just a great version of Wake Up Little Susie, just Jerry and Bob. They had a lot of Grateful Dead stuff. They had sort of like solo stuff by Keith and Donna, and Kingfish. I kind of passed on it. Now I'm kind of having that regret, but I got a lot of good stuff today, so it's like you can't always get what you want. I think a great poet once said, but if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need. Here is Jerry Garcia Band, Cats Under the Stars. Really cool. This is from 1978. Kind of Merle Saunders is on it. Keith and Donna, John Conn. Just really cool stuff. I'm a big fan of this one. Cats Under the Stars, I think, is kind of the big one. Rhapsody in Red, of course, is on this as well too. But Gamora's on this as well too. Great stuff. Love the Grateful Dead family. In the 70s, man, that band was unstoppable. Early 70s to about 75, stuff like that. And then Go to Heaven, obviously they kind of, at that point, sort of ran out of stuff to do. But this one's from 72. This is on the Cotillion label, Guns and Butter. Just kind of sort of a heavy group kind of sound. Just really cool stuff. Promo copy. I don't know if it's a white label promo or not. I think no, it's just a regular. It has the promo sticker, but no promo label. So fantastic stuff. I found this the other day. Three Dog Night, Golden Biscuits. This is, of course, the alternative cover. Most people are kind of used to seeing it this way, but this has a, the sort of what when they put the album out, they kind of wanted it to. This is sort of was the kind of a greatest hits kind of thing to cash in on Joy to the World, which wasn't on this album, but kind of once it really started getting huge. Here's Seasons by Magna Carta, sort of a British folk band, folk rock, if you will. It's from 1970. Might have already said that, can't remember. Here is the Ars Longa, Vita Brevis by the nice Keith Emerson. Before he went on to do Emerson, Lake, and/or Palmer. Really cool stuff. This is on the Immediate label, just fantastic, just super mint. Super mint. Here is Vanilla Fudge. Well, this is kind of a exploitation album of sorts, I guess. Of course, it's on the Wand label, so Wand and Springboard kind of, it kind of comes out on that stuff. But this is, it's called While the World Was Eating Vanilla Fudge, and as Tim Bogert and also Vince Martell, which both went on to form Vanilla Fudge. But this is the band The Pigeons, so this was a band they were in before. Kind of, in the vein of it's a Midnight Hour, Good Lovin', Mustang Sally. You kind of get what they're doing. Sort of just like a garage rock kind of band. Here's one by The Frost. It's called Frost Music. It says demonstration on it, not for sale, but it's not any type of promo copy of any kind. This is on the Vanguard label. I was reading some things about this, and I think it was Dick Wagner, I want to say. Either Dick Wagner or Don Hartman. One of them, so he kind of went on to become sort of a pretty famous session guy, doing stuff with like Lou Reed and things like that. So, very cool album. Sorry about the brightness there, holy crap. Here's the first one by the New York Rock and Roll Ensemble. Later just kind of made it be the New York Rock Ensemble. I believe they took the roll off of their name. This is in the fantastic Digipax. Pretty cool stuff. Kind of mixing symphonic music and rock and roll music. It's on the Atco label. And sort of the big gem. This was of Sunday. on this, which, man, you never see this. Syd Barrett. It has the Madcap Laughs and also Barrett in its entirety. I don't know really when this came out, but it's on the Harvest label. It's just really good stuff. The Madcap Laughs is just, man, that album is just phenomenal. So really great to see this. A little more pricier than what I wanted to pay for it, but nonetheless fantastic. So there you go. Just a hair under 16 minutes. Drinking some tea. Tastes fantastic. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and certainly leave me some comments if you want to talk about any of these records. That's what down here is for. So, the comments. So, yeah. Get out of here.